There you go. And action.
So, folks, we got some merch content for you.
Well, it's Rich 220. I'm back again, folks. Here's the deal. The past 2 days, I've been putting up with belligerent bullshit in my chat log. Okay.
That's old.
I have been on YouTube.
Nope.
Let's see. About a year after YouTube started. Everybody else is taking off. But you ignorant, insufferable assholes that are putting nasty crap in my chat log
Comment
are
section.
preventing me from moving on.
How the fuck?
And at this
How does
point,
that work, guys?
the next person that puts something derogatory in my chat log, you are being
I
removed
thought it had
as
to
a
do with
subscriber
subscribers
from
and
me.
stuff like that. I didn't think it had to do with your chat
Happy
log.
trails.
Am I
Okay?
wrong? Somebody educate me.
I am not here to put up with your childish bullshit and banter.
This
If
is
you
why
want to
you're
do
not
that
here.
crap and you want to play mental mentality of a 3-year-old, do it to somebody else. Go harass the fuck out of them. Okay? I have a lot of crap on my plate right now. More so than you have to deal with.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I sure as hell don't have time for
How
your
the fuck do
shit.
you know what anybody else has to do with it? Maybe they're wanting to work and pay their
The
bills.
reason why I removed the video of the car running is because of this shit that you people are putting in my damn chat log. You don't bother to ask nothing.
Fuck
You just
you, like
fucking
you
assume
people,
and
man.
act like a jackass towards me. If you're going to be like that, I would rather not have you as a subscriber. The next person that does that will be removed
You can't stop
by me
subscribing.
as you being a
You
subscriber.
can't do that,
period.
can you?
Because I'm done with
You
it.
can't stop from viewing.
Man,
I'm a
no, dude,
55-year-old man. I got a lot of crap on my plate, and I don't need shit from
All that
you.
you brought on your own plate, buddy.
You are
yourself,
not
you're
donating anything to me. You're not freaking sending me money. You're not sending
should
parts to help me out in a tough spot. Okay? Only thing you're doing is giving me a bunch of shit. I don't need it.
I swear to God, you got tears in
Your
your eyes.
comments
No, leave
will
this man alone.
be removed from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel bad when you see this
You
big
will
man
be
on here
removed from
crying.
me, and you will not
I'm
be
telling
able
you.
to put a
Look,
comment
he got
in there.
tears in his eyes right now.
So keep it up. The car is not
This
scrap,
bush keeps cracking
moron.
and shit.
I'm not going to push it to a junkyard. You want to know why? Because the parts alone are worth more than
Probably because you got
scrap.
nothing to push it with.
That's how intelligent you are. Okay? The reason why
You
the
got a
car is
burger in
running
your
like
nose,
crap
boy, again.
is because you people want to hear it run. You don't give anybody time limit to do anything. So I'm done with it. The car needs oil. The oil pan gasket is a piece of shit that's on there. It's broken in 15 different
No, it's the
fucking
oil
places.
pan gasket's fault. The
The little
third,
half
the
circles
third,
that go on the front
the
and
third
in
new
the
oil
rear
pan
of the
gasket you
oil
put on this
pan
car is the problem.
keep falling off
Not
and
to
dropping
install
in the oil pan
Phil Pro just
because
can't
they
make a
don't
damn good oil
have
pan
anything
gasket.
for me to
Can
put on there to keep them in place. So once those things fall into the oil pan,
did
I
you
get
ever
a
try to
gusher of
silicone
oil
them and
coming
dry a
out the
little bit
back of
first
the
before you
oil
put it on?
pan all over the pavement. And it's actually made it so the oil amount in the oil pan is either very low, nothing,
Well, bud, you
or
gotta
the
get shit.
viscosity is broken down to the point where
Oh, here we
you
go.
were seeing me
This
running it.
ignorant
You can see
bastard.
the smoke from the driver's side.
Oil viscosity, folks.
Okay? That's
Got
because
to do
there's no
compression. Don't forget
lube.
that.
There's no oil getting up there.
Oh no, there's not. If there's oil in the
So
pan,
from
if there's
now
oil in
on,
the pan,
the hell with you.
then
You'll wait until I'm ready.
there's oil splashing
I'm
over there.
done with
Rich.
this. You're not going to blow
Just so
my
you know,
damn
dude.
car up because you got the patience of a wet mop.
The patience of hold on, stop a minute. Right there, with no wet
All the
mop,
work
folks
that I've
have
done on that
have
car
good
was
patience because
while
they
the
dry
car
slow.
was up on a
Right.
Wet mop dry
huge
slow.
jack stand.
I mean,
And I did all the work on that engine while the engine was still in the car, attached to the bell housing
No,
and the
it-
transmission, and attached to the engine mounts.
holy shit!
I did
You're
connecting
gonna
rod
leave this
bearings.
motherfucker alone.
The only time I needed the
Don't.
shop manual was for
He's psycho.
me
He done
to
went
find
from
out what the
crying
foot
like
pounds was in
fucking
order
baby
to
boo
torque
boo
them down to.
to the Hulk,
Okay.
man. Check it
Let's
out.
see, I did a time and chain and gears.
Talk about moose wing.
Double roller and gears. We had a problem with
No,
the timing.
that
I
one I
wasn't
still
listening to
haven't
anybody because I kept getting fluctuating stories. some people would tell me to put the top gear to 6 p.m. and the bottom gear to 12, which is correct.
Is that rich?
And then the harmonica is supposed to be at top dead
The
center.
harmonica?
And the number one spark plug,
Are we talking about a car or a
or
band?
the cylinders, or whatever, piston,
what the fuck
is
are we
supposed to
talking
be
about?
all the way up. And the rotor is supposed to be pointed at number 1. Then I got fluctuating stories from people telling me to put the lower gear to 12
You ever heard of
and
Google,
the
Rich?
top gear to 12.
You said you had a
That's not
factory
lining
manual
them
for the
up.
car, a Chilton's.
And they didn't say anything about the distributor. They said nothing about the piston. They said nothing about the spark plug, the
Damn
compression,
bastards.
nothing at all. So I get fluctuating stories and I'm listening to morons trying to kill my car.
Yeah, because you ain't smart enough to check your
Trying to be
yourself.
nice. For what? No
Rich,
point
you
in
ain't
it.
no nice to hit you in the dick.
Then we have Brian Cabral here talking all his shit because I got morons like that talking crap.
I think it's funny when you bust your balls.
Just like his little headliner thing that he knew everything about but knew
Here's
jack
Rich, folks.
shit about.
Listen to this. This is awesome.
Nolan, the reason why the car was running like
Oh,
shit
you
is
didn't go
because
into
there is no
elaborate
oil
details.
or very little
That's Rich when you
oil
start talking about headliners.
in the oil pan or the viscosity is broke down. Not because of the valves.
You're
And not because of a rod knock or anything else. There's no lube getting up there because there's nothing in the
No,
friggin'
you
oil
getting up
pan.
where, dumb buck?
Because we got insufferable people that think that it's going to be done in 30 seconds. Do you know how long it takes to drop an oil pan, scrape every piece of gasket off the block and the pan,
I don't know, an hour?
and put a new one on, let it
In that
sit
car?
and cure before you attach it back to the engine block? It sure as hell isn't 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So you did glue the oil pan gasket to the pan, but you still couldn't get it right?
You guys
Damn,
talk about me being
Right.
stupid. I'm kind of
Damn,
wondering if it's actually not me and it's you.
So you really thought it was you until you had to think about it? That's what he just said. You know, I got
Well,
me
and
thinking,
if you
maybe I
remember,
am
I had
stupid.
the,
He's fucking idiotic. He's fucking retarded.
Now you gonna get the
If you
booger?
remember, I actually had
You
the
missed it,
compression
bud.
problem.
It's on your lip now.
Okay. What did I do? I put Marvel's Mr. Oil in the cylinders, right? But I only put them in 3 of them.
Only in 3.
I didn't put them in all of them.
Only in 3.
Then when I was out there constantly doing the compression test, that's when I was lubing everything else up. Okay? I have a lot of stuff on my plate. I'm dealing with
You do know, on a serious note, I
situation
know
right
I'm being
now.
mountain off and shit,
I'm
but on a
dealing
serious
with,
note, you're not supposed to
medical
put nothing
insurance.
in
I'm
your
dealing
cylinders
with
to do a compression test.
trying to
You
get
will
somebody
not
to
get
help
an
me with
accurate
the
reading.
mortgage because I have
If
no
you put
money
oil
coming
in
in
it, you're not
because
gonna get an accurate
of
reading.
my congestive heart failure
I mean,
or respiratory heart failure, whatever the hell I call it. I'm on water pills. In other words, my body is retaining water.
so you
My
take
leg, my
Lasix, dude.
stomach,
I got a bottle of Lasix right here. I take it every morning,
my
man.
heart
What's
and
your
my
point?
lungs. That's why they call it respiratory heart failure.
No, that's not what I call it that.
And from what I was told, I am very lucky to have survived it. This is the second time I've been to the hospital
Survived it.
in less than 3
You
years.
either have respiratory heart
First
failure or
time
you
was
don't.
for a
Which
heart
is it,
attack
big
and a
guy?
stent
I
in
mean,
my
come
arteries.
the fuck on.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm overweight now
if you was diagnosed
because
with
of
respiratory
this.
heart
My
failure,
right
you've
leg
done
is
nothing
twice
to
the
change
size
your
of my
life. You would
left
still
leg.
be in it.
And no,
You
I
still
don't have
smoke. You
elephantitis.
haven't lost the fucking
Any
weight.
stupid
I
crap
mean,
like
you haven't
that.
did shit. You would still be in it.
You got giant ass-titis.
That's the reason why
Elephantitis.
when you seen me run the engine, when I had the video up before.
Buddy, I
removed
promise
it
that
because all
nobody's
the
seen you
stupidity
run
that
since you was
going
6
on.
years old.
That is the
I'll
reason
guarantee it.
why.
The only
it's
thing
been
you're running
removed.
to is the bathroom at
That
the
is the
Taco
reason
Bell.
why
Only thing you're running
you
to
see
is
smoke
an ashtray to steal some butts at the fucking
on the driver's
Jiffy Mart.
side.
At the
If you were looking at the
senior
video
center.
closely enough,
Right,
you would have seen
At the
that.
senior center picking
There's
butts
no
on the ashtray.
lube getting up there.
Probably begging old folks for fucking cigarettes.
So I'm not going to start any car. I'm not going to take any advice from people. If you're going to say something stupid in order to try and get me to do something from now on, in order to try and blow up my car or something like that, you're being removed. I don't want
everybody. You
you
can't
as a
remove anybody.
subscriber.
You can. All you can do is
I
watch
don't
and comment.
care.
I mean,
Okay? It's not worth it to me. You're not paying
okay,
for
Rich.
parts for that
So what's
car.
your excuse now, bud? You
I
did this
am.
video.
It's coming out of my pocket.
You stopped listening to everybody.
Strictly me. It's not coming from
What's your excuse
YouTube
now?
with their
How long has this
25
been?
cents, whatever the hell, for
like
content.
2 years.
I don't
2
make
years.
it.
So 2 years
I
ago,
don't
you
make
stopped
that. I
listening to
make
everybody,
nothing from YouTube.
and your car still don't run and have the same
Like I
problem.
said, I'm not the sellout.
So how is it everybody else's fault?
All the parts that I have for that car, I bought.
He
I
buyed.
paid for out of my own pocket.
I'd buy.
Okay, just like saw the fuel line and the brake line,
you'd buy,
and the hoses for the frickin' brakes. I paid for those. You know how much that was? It was almost $200.
Holy shit! You
Just
know
for
the
that.
car?
God
And that's
damn, man.
without
Is it
wheel
a
cylinders,
Ferrari?
and that's without a master cylinder.
No, it's a
You know how
Porsche.
much the bearings
I
were?
thought it was a Lexus.
Well, you
man.
have to shop around a little bit.
More like a
I got 'em for
fucking Pinto with
$38.
Lexus badges.
But there was shipping attached to it as well.
I heard you got smart with the guys from Canada. I mean, and
I
he's
can't even tell
he's
you.
an alright dude, man.
Pistons, I think they were
Well,
like
I mean,
$200.
as far as you can know about somebody, being an alright
Let's
dude
see,
from a good town.
the
Let's
time
go
and
down.
chain and the gear was like $85.
I mean,
Come on, man. The head gaskets were $35 a kit, and I had a hell of a time getting a second set because they were trying to tell me they don't make it anymore. So I had to bring the old box.
why
in,
wouldn't you just get a
run the
set
number
of
in order to get another one?
305, 350?
So that's 35
Any small
twice.
block head
That's
gaskets
$70.
is done what you needed to do,
Okay.
buddy. You don't have a big board in or anything like
Let's
that.
see.
So
Points
any small block head gasket should be good.
and condenser, distributor cap, wires, plugs, carburetor rebuild kits, sludge removal,
Kits?
oil.
How many kits did you buy to rebuild your
oil
carburetor?
cartridge,
But you're talking about you making you sound stupid.
ignition keys, door keys, locks. All that stuff adds up, people. Tires, rims, paint, primer, fabric to recover the door panels or make door panels, kickboards, and little quarter glass pieces for the
Kick
back
panels,
behind
dickhead.
the rear seat.
I'm over so
Carpeting,
many kickboards.
just things in general, parts, labor, time.
You hear that, y'all? He said,
that
"Y'all go
all-
kickboards."
Is a factor in it. It's not going to happen in 30 seconds. You people have
Hey,
this
Rich, I got something to tell you, buddy.
mentality
Rich, I
that
want to
things
thank
are
you,
going to be
buddy.
done in
Every
30
time
seconds.
I watch you do, I
And
get
they're gonna be
excited for
back on there
November,
uploading
especially from
another
this
video.
angle, man.
That's not the way it works.
Because I start thinking about turkey. I start thinking
I
about
don't have
Thanksgiving.
videos
You
stored up
make me happy,
from
buddy.
9 months ago.
So,
Okay,
how
I'm
is it
doing
that
the videos as it happens.
how is it that your 57
That's another
Chevy,
thing that in fact
when it's on jack stands, you have
none of the
trouble
other
opening the
YouTubers are
doors,
doing.
right? But I have a really
Those
bad
people are
rusted
having
out
the
fucking
parts
Mustang out
donated
here.
to them.
That the door's
People are
still
being
open and
helpful
shit
to
like they're
them.
new.
The only thing you people are doing to me is raising my blood pressure and pissing me the hell off.
Oh, don't make
And at
Rich
that point,
mad.
I'd rather not
Rich
have you as a
turn green.
subscriber.
Rich tell you kickboard.
No, I don't need it. I would rather have no subscribers
Bam, bam,
than
bam,
to deal with
bam.
this shit. Okay? This is not the reason why I joined
The
YouTube.
comments piss
did
him
not
off.
put up
It's reading
My
somebody's fucking
videos
opinion.
in order for you to
Pisses
sit there
him
and
off.
mock, belittle, degrade, and do nothing but make fun of
There
me.
goes Goblin again. I mean,
I'm not a
damn,
3-year-old child, and
dude.
I'm not
Why
a
do you eat your dark meat?
15-year-old child
Why do you eat your
either.
dark meat?
But if you want
Rich?
to walk around and act
What's your
like you got the
favorite bird?
mentality of one,
Why don't you
I
wear a
don't
shirt?
want you
He's
on my
just got a
channel.
mole on his fucking
I
shoulder.
really don't.
Here
If you're not going to be helpful, and you're not going to be constructive,
we go.
then do me a favor.
You guys,
Go away.
there's that burger again. It poked back out just
Or
now.
I'll
He got
remove
excited
you.
the bird come out. That's
The
another
next
personality.
derogatory or fucked up thing that somebody says is going to be just that. You're going to be removed by
fuck
me.
me, Rich.
Hell yeah.
And then if you
I
wonder
care
why
so
you
much.
can't sit there and see a video, well, that's the reason why.
Hey, Rich.
And you wonder why
Hey,
you
Rich,
can't make a
Hey, good
comment,
old
well,
Beamer
that's the
blocked me,
reason
buddy, and I
why.
can still see his shit.
Because I'm not putting up with it
I mean,
anymore.
That
I'm
means
done.
nothing.
It's fucked up shit, dude. He's an idiot.
So knowing the reason why the
I'll never
car
make
is
another
not
video again
running
if you-
properly
if
or
you
sounds
fucking
like shit is because
make
there's
chicken
either
arms.
no oil, very
Pull your
little
head down a little
oil,
bit.
or the
Turn
viscosity
your head
is
fast.
broke down, and the oil pan gasket needs to be replaced. I need to find something that's going to keep them damn front and back pieces to that oil pan in place instead of them popping off.
It's called a
and
one-piece
dropping in
gasket,
the oil
asshole.
pan, 'cause
And
it's
you're
the
still
second
fucking
time
up.
that's
I
happened.
guarantee it.
The gaskets that they make are not made out. They're made out of cork, but they're so freaking thin. It's like taking a piece of paper from your copy
Notebook?
machine, cutting a gasket out of that and putting it on. That's how cheesy they're made.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Totally.
that's the problem there. Like I said, we had the same problem with when I had the compression tester in there, and we were only getting like 75 foot-pounds or whatever until I put Marvel's Mystery Oil in it.
But Rich,
Fell out the
hold on,
plugs,
seriously, you.
but
That's
built
what I
up the
mean.
cylinders
You
to where
wonder
they
why
needed
people
to be
call him stupid. This is what he just
in order to
said.
be able to get the car to run.
Dry, I had 75 pounds. That's your true compression, there, Rich.
This time it's
Yep.
been sitting
That's why we
again
have it
because
running at 70. That's your true compression. That's the most it can
You
ever
guys
have.
already
When you
know,
put oil
I've
in
been in the
there,
hospital
you're cheating
for
the test.
respiratory heart failure. I think it's what they called it.
You fucking idiot.
And I work. I have a job.
Oil never makes it into your combustion chamber. It's not supposed to.
I do have a job, and when I'm better, I'll have to go back to work. I have to work for a living, people. I don't have this magical time
to you went and got on disability, didn't you?
And take off whenever the hell I damn well see fit. Yeah, I am 55 years old. Yeah, I am a senior now.
No, you're not
but
a senior.
The thing is that I still have to work for a living.
But you keep trying to hustle as a
right
senior.
up till the day I die.
You can't even qualify for the early bird at Denny's, my friend.
But I don't have people, I said, you're not donating anything to me. Nobody's helping me out with parts. I asked months ago about windows.
People would be stupid to do anything for you.
There was something else I was asked about too. If anybody knew anything. I don't get any comments about anything to help me.
I mean, didn't the guy send him a bunch of parts and then he said the guy tried to blow up his car and blocked him and shit after he took the parts, valves and shit?
The only thing I get is a bunch of sass and bullshit and crap and, belittling, degrading, and manipulation and narcissistic attitudes. And I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm tired of sitting here spending hours trying to defend myself with morons who ain't got a clue. Even if they went to a bank, took out a loan, and bought one, it wouldn't help them.
It didn't help you,
they're
did
still so freaking clueless. They're wandering around like a vegetable without a brain upstairs.
And I could have sworn somebody said that his loan went ahead and got modified.
Want to do that? Do me a favor. Leave.
They modified it again.
Leave. Go find somebody else to harass.
And if that's the case, I don't doubt it, because they probably seen the house and realized it's going to be cheaper and easier to modify his loan again, and hope he pays it off than to repo it, have to pay to clean the place up,
I'm not
and relist it, and all that shit. They would lose money if they repoed that.
I have done more work than Brian has done on a car. And there's video footage to prove it. So, Brian, before you go talking shit about somebody and only assuming and not knowing anything about me by not seeing any of the videos that I've done or any of the work that I've done on the car, how can you sit there and talk shit about somebody? The information that I got about you is from your viewers.
Are they?
Because they've already known what you're about. That's why they're not subscribed to you now. Because you don't tell the truth. You tell falsified information in order to make yourself look good.
Well, why would the man ask you why they wouldn't modify your loan? Modify what you have equity in there. Didn't you just come out and say, my credit's fucked up, dude? Why'd you keep beating around the bush until finally you was back to the corner where you had to finally say it? You tried to blame on your wife. 10 years ago.
You just assumed
shit. You couldn't fucking fix your credit in 10 years, dude?
It's like the headliner.
Come the fuck on.
Oh, you admit that you're wrong. Well, why don't you do this? Before you start talking crap about somebody, take a look at the videos that I've done, pal. The timing chain, the head gaskets, the sludge removal,
the ones you put on the heads and then tried to put in the car,
piston replacements. I have the presses right outside. I have 7 pistons still in the box. I didn't replace them all because I was told by somebody who ran a funny car, a 1956 or 55 Chevy, and his name is Gary, that it's not going to make that much of a difference.
He lied to you, man. I'm sorry, but if the man told you that,
valve release pistons in there is not going to make it that big of a difference.
Fuck it ain't.
The oil pressure will drop a little bit, but not enough.
It has nothing to do with oil pressure, you moron. I mean, that's what I mean. There ain't no way that dude told you that. 30 if that guy told you that, Rich, he lied to you.
It's not a high compression engine.
Compression has nothing to do with oil pressure.
V8.
Jesus Christ,
break any speed records or sound barriers. But the thing is, before you sit there and make fun of somebody, make sure you have factual information, not just hearsay or something that pops up in your feeble mind.
Feeble mind, that's your go-to, isn't it?
Because then you just look stupid.
Rich, you build a whole car on your feeble mind.
You look stupid by doing the thing with the headliner.
I mean,
and you look stupid.
Telling everybody that, well, you know, they usually use a piece of board and they glue fabric to it.
Yep, they do.
That's the way they made the headliners for cars. No, that's not the way they made them for every car. They made them for trucks like that. They did a lot of headliners like that later on.
80s up, 70s, even 73 up.
All the way up to the 70s.
Yep, I can prove it.
They made headliners with bows, metal rods that went from one side
Probably
of
70.
the car to the other.
I'm
They
not sure
wound up
about like
going in a
70.
little
I
hole
know it's
in
73
order to become
has a board.
secure. There was no board up there or anything. The only thing that was even remotely considered close to any kind of board was the sound deadening stuff that they put on the roof.
That's
Mine still has it.
kind
I
of
didn't
what
wanna
like a
take
lot
it
of headliner
off
boards are
until
made
they
out of,
said they
buddy.
left it up there.
Kind of, sort of.
But
Some of
that was to cut down on the noise from hearing outside. But there's a little slot on each side of where the doors are, the door framing. And it goes all the way to the back windshield. It goes all the way to the front
5,
windshield.
7.
And when you get to the front
However many bows you
windshield,
need,
there's
and they
those
all have to go back in the same
pieces that
spot.
go around the windshield.
You can't just say pick a
They
bow
get
here, pick a
screwed
bow
in.
there.
They have to be pulled through the other side of those metal pieces that are put in around the windshield. Mine are turquoise because I painted them. And then those screws have to poke through the fabric, and you have to actually screw them in.
You smoke, I
in
mean, you
order
should
to
have
keep
an all on a lighter.
the fabric
I mean, that
taut.
should be no problem.
In other words, tight.
Or a soldering
Otherwise, it
iron.
looks like
You
it
put a
is
soldering
when
iron.
nothing is attached or nothing is put in place. Yeah, the rods are through on my oil on my headliner.
On
All the rods are in one end and out the other end.
And then there should be
Yeah, they're all
tabs
through the
they
holes.
snap to on the roof.
But they still have to be adjusted, drooped
So-
down, because that's the way they had the headliner look. It wasn't a straight, tight fit.
Yes, it was.
They were actually half looped from each
Yes,
rod,
it was.
going
It
all the
was
way
a
back to the
stretch
windshield.
fit.
That's
Yes, it
what gave
was.
it
Yeah,
its
if anybody
fancy
does long
look.
cars, they're going to tell you, why would you want your headliner
Otherwise,
sagging
it just
rubbing your
looks
hair?
stupid.
Exactly.
Think about it.
So those rods have to be drooped down.
No.
Then you have the dome light that's on the other side of that headliner. Okay? Where you can't see it. I know where it is. I have to get the dome for the dome light, lens, and I have to put that back on. Then you'll see the dome light.
You
Okay?
can't see the dome light because the lens makes it invisible if you don't have a lens?
I have to make these little pieces for the back of the headliner past the top of the windshield because they have to drop down on the side to the package tray, the area where you have speakers in the back, behind the back seat, and carpeting or whatever laid back there. Okay, I have to make these pieces in order to fit in there, in order to finish up the headliner. There's a lot of work when it comes to working on a car like that, and you're dealing with everything, not just one or two things. Because I did metal
When you're
fabrication on
dealing
that
with
car.
an
I
old
did
car,
primer
you're
and
going to
paint.
deal with everything.
Problem with the paint was that I left the old stuff on there.
Problem
Apparently,
with the
I
paint
didn't
is
stuff it
you
enough
got no business with the
to
paint
get
in
the
your
paint to
hand.
stick.
Exactly.
So
You
instead,
got no
what
common
it's doing
sense.
is it's cracking all over the damn place. So I have to strip the damn car back down again. But this time, I'm going to have to strip it down from the previous paint that was underneath and take it down to the bare metal. Okay, that's the difference. That's how you get a $20,000 paint job.
Rich, I'll
Which I
give
would
you
never
every
pay for.
car
I
I
don't have
have
the
if
money
you
for
turn
it
out a
anyway.
$20,000 paint job in your driveway.
From something that was like a fly-by-night paint job. Yeah, the paint job I did was real quick and real cheap and real chintzy. Even had people sitting there making fun of me, talking about I was painting the door handles. There was blue painter's tape over those door handles. There was also blue painter's tape around those locks as well. But once I got done with the car and I wound up having problems or whatever, well, then I just got lazy and just started spraying everything that started peeling off. Okay, and then
So
started
you had
getting on
paint
the
really
door
issues,
locks
Yeah,
and
right.
you
door
started
handles and
spraying
shit
it
like
again
that.
instead of trying to figure out what
Some
the
of the
issue
windows.
was.
If you, folks, if your
But see, they
paint's
make this
peeling,
great
then
stuff.
you need
It's
to address
steel
that
wool.
area and probably take down to the bare
000.
metal and start over.
There's no
Some
soap.
sealer.
You're not supposed to use soap. And that works well for windows. It works wonders for steel trim. It works
You're
wonders
not,
for
hold on,
door
you say
locks.
you're not supposed to use soap?
Nope.
You're
Or
an
anything
idiot,
else you
Rich.
get overspray paint on.
Yes, you are
That you
supposed to
don't
use
want on
soap.
there
Don't
afterwards.
ever take a piece of steel wool
Yeah,
over
you
to
have to
stainless,
do double
guys, if
work,
you care about
but
scratches.
the thing is
Unless it's
that
like an SOS type of soap.
it's still removable.
Use a Scotch-Brite or something. If you're not
Uh,
gonna use
let's
soap. Don't just
see.
use steel wool. If it's all rusty and jank
There
anyway,
was,
don't come out.
me doing metal fabrication, primer paint, locating the parts. Some of the parts I actually had to paint the color that it needed to be in order to be correct for this car. So in other words, the V in the back and in the front, they're supposed to be gold because Bel Airs were the higher standard of the car. They weren't the lowest standard.
That might be a 210.
Strips came gold. Then you had the dash that somebody cut up that I fixed, and I wound up putting a new clock in there. and the Bel Air script and the radio. Somebody took the horn out too. Well, I have the OEM horns. Now all I need is the relay that goes under the horn cap. I have the relay box that goes out under the hood.
Under the horn cap.
But without that relay under the horn cap, it's not going to work. So that's something I'm still trying to locate. I'm still trying to locate glass. And I'm trying to locate those door handle guards and new door handles. Because the ones that are on this car are pitted to hell. But like I said, as far as everything else goes, I made door panels. I'm redoing the back and the bottom seat. There's a picture of what they're going to look like when I'm done. It's going to take a while to get them there, but that's.
I'll bet dollars they're not looking like their pictures. Maybe from 25 feet away.
They take their time with it. It could be 6-7 years before I'm done with this car. Okay?
Yeah.
Or it could be.
But you can't tell you worked on it at all.
It all depends on how much time I have, how much money I have to buy parts. And like I said, nobody is donating anything. I'm not getting any.
Why
like
would
DD
they?
Speed Shop. He got a whole bunch of 57 light buckets and door trim and body trim.
He is a
and all
likable
this other
guy
crap.
who works
Today,
hard, Rich. You don't sit and
didn't ask
complain.
anything for it.
I mean, people say rude and mean shit to that man
Somebody just
all
said
the
to him,
time,
said
dude.
3 boxes
and he just
filled with
glosses
57
over.
parts.
That's what he's supposed to
57
do.
and 56.
Because he understands how to treat his
For nothing.
subscribers.
He understands how YouTube works.
Where
Guys,
am I
if you want to make
being
money,
like
you can't be
that?
attacking your subscribers, even when they say mean
I want
and
to be
rude
seen.
shit to you.
I mean, we have Renegade. He was really good. David is a really good guy. He sent me the tool there. We have Steve Duncan. He sent me the oil filler tube cap, which is OEM. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the attention that I get is unwarranted. I don't want the kind of attention that I'm sitting there for hours trying to explain myself to morons who have a closed, trapped mind of a 3-year-old.
Rich is right and wrong, bud. And when you're
Have
wrong,
nothing
you're
better
wrong.
else to do with their time because
I mean,
that's all their life consists of. If you want to do that, like I said, from now on, I will just be removing you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't need you as a subscriber. And, as far as a live goes, somebody said that to me, JoJo, I didn't make a live. I didn't go live at all. And nobody here would ever subscribe to Brian Cabral's page. On an iPhone, I think it's the opposite of an Android phone. When I see somebody's page that I haven't subscribed to, the word subscribed is white, but the background and that circle that it goes in is black. And once you subscribe, it changes. The word subscribe changes from white to black, and the background is white.
anybody know if that's true or not?
So, no, I don't have to subscribe to anybody. I can actually go on their page and see what the hell kind of crap they're talking about about me on their so-called BS page.
Well, hold on now, hold
And
on.
I've already said to Brian
Yes.
in my video, I says, why don't you sit there and, talk about your
If they're on their page,
or
that's their page. They can talk about whatever they want to talk about.
stories and put that on your,
You know what I mean?
your page.
I don't understand what the problem
If
is,
you were
Rich. I mean,
indeed into service.
you don't want your feelings hurt, don't
and
go
you
looking.
weren't, trying to portray yourself off as Chris Bustamante.
Okay, look, you fat fuck. This pissed me off. First of all, not every fucking soldier that's seen combat wants to talk about their fucking time in the service. And for you to tell him that if he did serve, I'm not saying he did, I'm not saying he didn't, but if he did serve, for you to be like, well, you should just talk about your time in combat and all this other bullshit, you should have your fucking teeth knocked out of your head for that. Let's face it, the veterans that were over there, no matter what war it was, have seen shit that none of us can comprehend, none of us can understand, and they should have to fucking talk about it.
And how are you going to relate to them? How are they going to relate to you?
They made fucking decisions on the fly that you couldn't even fucking make, you fat fuck. Talk about your time in the service.
Taking credit for what he had done when he was in the service.
No, you fucking choke on a
According
fucking
to somebody on here, he was actually a Marine sergeant. And according to that person, Brian stole that guy's valor. So in other words, whatever he had done when he was in the service.
Stories about when you were in.
Okay, apparently from this person, Brian Cabral actually stole.
Moment that you ever had there.
I'm thinking it's probably credit for what this guy has done while he was in the service. This Chris Bustamante.
Stolen valor can be as simple as just claiming to be in the military, Rich, just so you know.
An internet search that I did, he was also a communications sergeant. And I think that means he was not just in the Marines, he was also in the war efforts on ground.
So the Marine, if you was in the Marines, you wouldn't have been in the war efforts on ground. Do you hear yourself, man?
You know, people fighting in the war would have worn.
Because that's what he just said, right?
Hard hat,
I mean, you are
all that other shit, and they show him with one of them big old boxes. The guy was apparently 67 years old. That much they did tell, but they also said that he was a communications sergeant. So if he was a Marine sergeant, then that might have been something else. But he had multiply done a couple things. And I don't know what the hell kind of investigation is underway or whatever, but apparently this guy and apparently Brian have got it tangled up in some kind of legal litigation. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from this one person that keeps telling me, Joe Mad. I think that's what his ID was when it came up. I actually subscribed to his channel because I wanted to find out more, but his damn name kept disappearing. So I was starting to wonder if that was falsified. But then the guy started showing up again. He goes, nope.
So you just spit. You know, tell everybody else spitting hearsay and all this other bullshit. But you're spitting.
Brian was talking about being in an accident and taking credit for a certain car being smashed up in the accident that he has supposedly walked away from.
Okay, that's enough. This is going to ram on for another 2 seconds about this other YouTuber. I want to say this. To any service members out there, thank you for your service. I don't care if it was Afghanistan, Vietnam, World War II, whatever it was. You guys... Yeah, exactly. You guys have seen and done shit that most people can't comprehend for us. For our freedom and shit. And for a piece of shit like this to be like, well, you should talk about your fucking time in the service. How about I kick you in the fucking balls, you fat fuck? Then you can talk about how your balls feel.
Alright, I mean, whether you see an active duty or not, you're appreciated. At least in this household.
Because they make fucking decisions that nobody else in this fucking world can make.
They went and do what they go do what they do, so you can do what you're doing and what we're doing what we're doing.
Can't stand people like that. He's the type of motherfucker to walk up to a combat vet and go, well, tell me about...
Or, you know, no, this is what he would do. He'd walk up to a combat vet and say, how many people would you kill?
Exactly.
You kill anybody?
And for that, you should be fucking throat punched. I mean... You can't relate. Even if they told you their fucking story, how are you going to relate? You'll be like, yeah, I tackled a 57 Chevy one time. You don't do shit like that. That's how you think you don't have no raisin in you. No respect. See you guys next time. Check out our friends Mako, Fasting, Poor Man's Speech Shop, my main channel. Lipstick Garage, Still Scrapper Kingdom, Mako. Check out Mako. They did an awesome new video. Check out Fasting. Still Scrapper Kingdom did a good one too today. I haven't finished it yet, but it's a good one. See you guys next time. And as always, fuck you, Barry. And I hope that fucking you get kicked in the balls, Rich, for saying the shit you just said.